Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you see, today we are in the kitchen because we are making vegan gumbo. I just want to show you all that eating plant-based can be nutritious but yet delicious. So welcome to Shoshona's Healing Kitchen, and let's go ahead and get started. Making this wonderful vegan gumbo, the first thing we need to do is wash our hands. So today I'll be using some Mise to wash my hands. This is the lavender scent with olive oil and aloe vera. So of course you want to go ahead and turn on the water for those of you who don't know how to properly wash your hands, and go ahead and get your hands wet, right? And then you want to go ahead and apply some soap. Yeah, just like that. Then you want to go ahead and lather that soap in. Wash your hands. Excuse the ratchet nails. Yes. Then you want to go ahead and put your hands under the water, and you want to wash for 20 seconds. Okay? This is very important step to make sure you have proper sanitization in the kitchen. Once you're done, you want to take you a napkin or use your elbow to go ahead and turn the water off and wipe your hands off. Now that our hands are all clean, we can go ahead and move forward to getting this vegan gumbo, y'all knew what I meant, going. All right, guys, so I wanted to include this part because some people really love to know the exact brands that people use so that they can search for it in their area. So these are the things that you will need to make this dish, as far as the things that's not involved in the vegetables that we'll chop up. You're going to need some plant-based sausage. Italian, I'm using Light Life. It is soy-free and non-GMO, and it is gluten-free, which is good for my son, okay? So also you'll need a chicken alternative, and I will be using the No Evil Comrade Cluck mock chicken, okay? You will need some either 100% grapeseed oil or olive oil. You will need some tomato paste. I'm using some organic tomato paste. You can either be using organic brown rice or organic quinoa. Today I'm going to use organic brown rice because I need some grains today, some extra grains. And then you're going to need, I'm using 2 vegetable stocks, 2 of these vegetable stocks, okay? And then also some diced tomatoes. And then I'll show the seasonings later on, but I just wanted to show the brands because I know some of you all really do actually like to see what brands I am using. Now, I don't use, a lot of meat replacements often. Before, you want to make it fun for your family, because the thing is, in order for them to even be interested in a plant-based meal, you have to win them over. And this is one of those recipes that will surely help win them over. All right, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and get the seasoning ready. And you have your green bell pepper, your red bell pepper, your scallion, your onion, and your celery, okay? So now, in order to get the mise en place set up, which is French word, and that a lot of chefs use to help keep them organized while cooking. So I learned this pivoting technique in school, but a good way to position your hands while cutting is you can put your hands like this, and then you want to get it to a rolling technique, just like that, okay? All right, that's our celery. We're going to come back to that. All right, guys, so what you're looking at here is my mise en place. So I have everything already ready to go and ready to cook. So what you have here is 3 stalks of celery. You have 3 scallions and half of an onion. You have 4 of the light life sausages chopped. You have 1 pack of the mock cumbrad cluck plant-based fake chicken. You have a red bell pepper and a green bell pepper whole. And then I have some garlic here. All right. And then I have half a cup of grapeseed oil. And I have the same amount of garbanzo flour. So this, having a mise en place helps you be more organized when it's time to actually cook. So if you do this, it'll save you some time so you're not all over the place. So go ahead and let's get cooking now that we got our mise en place ready. All right, guys, so I went ahead and added half a cup of the grapeseed oil to the pot. And now the first thing you're gonna do is grab the vegan sausage of choice that you had chosen. And I chose the Light Life because it was soy-free and gluten-free, by the way. So you wanna go ahead and put that in your pot. So what this vegan sausage is gonna do is, it's actually gonna help you get the base of the pot, which is called the roux. That's what the New Orleans call it, the roux. So we need the juice from the sausage to get into the oil. So we're gonna saute that. Saute that until it's ready. I would say for about 5 minutes. Yep, saute it on up. Saute it for 5 minutes. So the thing is, guys, I know it's, what you guys have to understand is it's levels to eating, okay? So what I mean by it's levels to plant-based eating is you can't expect to go into, being 100% plant-based and you're not eating any of the alternative meat replacements and you're high raw vegan. It doesn't work like that. So I always tell people in the beginning, try some of those fun dishes, to help win yourself over and win your family over, to make them see that, being plant-based and being vegan, whatever you want to call it, it don't have to be boring. You get what I'm saying? Like, show them that it can still taste good and you can still enjoy some of your favorite meals. Because when you feel like, something is being taken away from you and there's no replacement, it makes the journey much harder. So what I always try to tell my client is, if I take something away from you, then I'm going to replace it with something. So yeah, so we just letting those vegan sausages cook. As you see, the color of the grease is actually changing, which means some of those flavors are getting marinated. And also, I forgot to show you guys in my mise en place, we do have to use some vegan butter, and I like to use Earth Balance. Normally, I use the one that comes in red, but they were sold out because, we got this pandemic going on and everybody all of a sudden want to use things they never used before. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's okay. So we're going to move these around a little bit. So guys, I was just like, kept on trying to wait for the perfect time to do this, but I'm like, I gotta just do it. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect way to put it out. Said I was gonna wait till after I finished school to get a cookbook together, but the Most High is gonna bless me with several recipes, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing. So y'all gotta let me know, what do y'all want to see? What y'all want to see? So these sausages look like they're about ready to come out. So I'm gonna get my bowl, grab a spoon. I'm gonna cut the stove down just a little bit because I don't want to. Yeah, and we're gonna take the vegan sausage out of the pot, and we're gonna actually put it to the side. Because we got to get that roux going, as the New Orleans say. Okay. So now that we have the sausage out of the pot, we're going to go ahead and add 1/4 cup roughly of the vegan butter, or 1/2 cup. So now we'll cut it back up because we need this vegan butter to melt. We need that to melt. We're going to let that melt. Let it melt, y'all. All right. So now that it has melted, now we got to get that roux going. So this part is very, very, very important, okay? So this is the base of the pot and it helps makes the seasoning. So this part, you cannot mess it up. You're going to need a whisk and you cannot leave the stove for this part, okay? You have to stay and whisk it the whole time. So what you got to do is take that 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, because you put the same amount of flour that you put as oil, 1/2 cup. All right, so you want to go ahead and whisk it in slowly and then stir. Okay, stir it in. Put some more in. Whisk it really good. And you want to put the flour in slowly. It's not nothing that you want to do quickly, okay? Put some more in. Look at the flickers. Look at the flickers. Put some more in. Oh, look like we got one sausage left in there. Gotta get that out. All right. And we back to whisking. I don't supposed to leave the pot, but I had to, y'all. I had some left in there. I ain't know it. Slowly. You don't want any lumps, so that's why you want to whisk it in there slowly. It's a workout, y'all. It's a workout here. You gotta make sure your arms strong for this room. If it ain't, you're gonna be tired. Okay, don't be stubborn now. Come on now. Alright, so we're going to keep whisking because we're trying to get it a dark color. Now, the vegan butter did end up making a lot of bubbles, but you see when I whisk it, you see it's getting darker, right? So you want to keep whisking because we want to get it darker than this. I'm telling you, y'all better get y'all flick of the wrist game strong. Just get in there. Just get in there, honey. Just get in there. As you see, let me get closer. As you see, guys, it's getting darker. It's getting darker, but we need it a little darker than this. A little darker. Put the camera back down. Okay, that's dark enough. All right. So now you see that color? So now what you want to do is go ahead and add your onions. And I'll go ahead and add the celery. Alright, we're going to saute these in there. Cut it down just a little bit. You see how it's dark, guys? You see how dark that is? That's what the roux created, okay? So, we're just going to continue to saute. We want to saute that up for about 5 minutes. We want to get the onions all up in the sauce. Get away from my stuff. Don't forget your garlic. I almost forgot my garlic. Girl, so when you see me going to the refrigerator, I realized that I forgot the thyme. I had also forgot to get the okra. I had forgot all type of stuff. And then Noah in the background speaking Chinese, y'all. He think he trilingual. I don't know what's up with that, but the boy think he trilingual. He be watching YouTube videos. And you know, they have the learning videos in different languages. So he speak, you know, English, a little Chinese, you know, he trilingual. That's what he said. But all right, guys, continue to enjoy the rest of the video. I just wanted to let y'all know what I was doing when I just kind of slid away and get like, oh, where's she at? You see I'm back, and you see we going in with the flicker of wrist, you know what I'm saying? Gotta, you know, dip it off a little bit, make sure, you know, when I put it to the side, because I'm a little OCD, that no sauce ain't getting on my stuff, because I like to keep it clean, keep it cute. Go ahead and add the diced tomatoes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
2 bay leaves. Fresh thyme. Some onion powder. A little paprika. Little Sazon complete. When I tell you, honey, memory loss during postpartum is not a false and a unreal thing, because it is. When you see me walk away again, y'all, I realized I had not brought out all the seasoning. So I had to go over to the pantry and get some Louisiana hot sauce, honey. I know y'all probably like hot sauce, but we did say there was a New Orleans dish. We did say there was a New Orleans dish, okay? So we gotta add a little hot sauce. You know, if y'all don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, after a while, you're gonna see me not measuring nothing, because I'm from the tribe of Judah, and that's just what Judah do. Judah don't be measuring stuff all the time. Listen, you need to do what you do is good for you, and taste it, and then go on from there. Cayenne pepper. Put your sausage back in there. As you see, I added all of the proteins. It's very, very, very important to make sure while you're breastfeeding and while pregnant and in general, to make sure as a vegan you're getting in enough protein. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm striving to be a thick vegan, okay? A thick vegan, so I need my protein. So that's what you see me adding. I need the protein. Give me the game.
Step back. Step back.
Okay, so I lied. I didn't use 2 of the whole things of vegetable stock, but you just gotta make sure you got enough, because you ain't trying to be going back and forth to the stove, especially not during these times. And if you wonder why I'm adding so much, it's because I like a lot of gravy. Okay, I like a lot of gravy. I like, it. I don't know. It's just very comforting. And you see, I had to come back and add even a little more. So I told y'all earlier in the video that it was some things that I did forget to go ahead and put out in my mise en place. So I had to go over to the freezer, because what I used here was frozen okra that I had got from your DeKalb Farmers Market. Fresh okra is always the best, but I went ahead and used what I had on hand, which was some frozen okra. So after you add your okra, you want to go ahead and give it a good stir, and you want to bring the pot to a boil, and then you want to let it simmer on medium high for about 30 minutes, and of course put a lid on it, and then check on it after 30 minutes later. While we wait, we might as well wash some dishes. watch the mess that we made. Is there anybody else who cleans as they go? I do not just sit and wait for a big mess to be accumulated. So now I just said we have 30 whole minutes before we can check on the vegan gumbo to see, you know, taste it and see if we need to add any more seasoning. So don't waste time. Don't ever leave room for idle time. As Proverbs 31 women, you know that's what we are taught and that's what we strive to always be. So what you see me is, you see me just making some dish water, and of course I use Myers. I don't use any products that have chemicals in it in the household as far as cleaning products goes, but also I'm putting up the dishes that's, you know, need to be put up as well. Remember ladies, no idle time. All right guys, so as you see the timer here, I set the timer for 30 minutes. We're about we got 14 minutes left. Okay, so now at this point, what you want to do is go ahead and taste it to see if you need to add any more seasonings. Why do I got so much broth, y'all? Because I love a good broth. Love a good broth. Love me some gravy. All right. So now I'm gonna taste it. Gotta get a different spoon to do that now. Okay. Now we gonna do a taste. Okay, so here's the part where I come and prove that I'm from the tribe of Judah. So at this point, guys, you know, you're tasting your vegan gumbo to see if, you know, you have that flavor that you're looking for. So at this point, you can go ahead and add anything else you feel like you needed to add. So when I tasted it, I was like, okay, it need a little to be more savory. So I went in and added some more Sazon, some more garlic salt, some more onion powder, a little dose. I went and added a little black pepper, and then I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more spice as well. So I added some more cayenne pepper, and yes, and I kept doing that and tasting it until it was to my liking. So, you know, everybody, when you see a recipe, you see that recipe and then you go and make it your own, because that's the same thing I did. That I didn't come up with this, you know, recipe from scratch. I saw the recipe and I made it my own, and I used different products than what the person that I saw using, because of course I don't use white flour or regular flour, so I went and replaced it with a more, you know, alkaline based flour. So like I said, continue to add whatever you feel like you need to add and just taste it. And what's really dope about this recipe is it can feed your whole family. And the thing is, everybody is going to enjoy it. And it'll last a couple days, depending on how greedy you is. You and your kids, you know. You, your mans, and all y'all, honey. So, yeah, as you continue, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm just adding things where I see fit. And like I said, you can enjoy this over quinoa or organic brown rice. You know, I always tell my clients to lean, you know, more towards quinoa, but it does depend on what your goal is, because rice is very, very, very rich in fiber, and fiber is needed in the body, because when our body is lacking fiber, that's why you sometimes may feel that you're constipated. You may feel that you're bloated from time to time. We need that fiber so our bodies can digest things better and get down to the elimination process to move the food through our bowels. But I know y'all don't want to talk about that, because, you know, that gets a little deep into this healing kitchen. We'll go into that at another time. All right, guys, so I believe that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for coming to vibe with me. Like I said, After that, you know, you can taste it until you get that desired taste that you're going for, right? So peace, 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 and blessings to y'all.